Hi, welcome to Advanced English with Steve UK, and I'm Steve. In this video, we're going to look at one of the most common and most important phrasal verbs. That's a phrasal verb with go. I'll show you meanings and explanations and also examples. And after that, there'll be a short quiz so you can test your knowledge. Please remember to subscribe and like and ask any questions. Go about, to begin or continue with something. How do you go about starting a new business? I'd like to learn Ukrainian because I have many Ukrainian friends and students, but I don't know how to go about it. Perhaps I should ask one of my Ukrainian students. Second meaning, to deal with something. She's going about her work as usual. I went into the office and everyone was going about their work. No one seemed to want to talk. Go after, to pursue something or someone. He's going after a promotion. She's been going after him for a long time, but without success. I don't think he's interested. The second meaning, to chase. The dog went after the ball. The police went after the bank robbers. He went after the kids who broke the window. Go ahead, to proceed. Go ahead with your question. Yeah, I think we should go ahead with the project. Go ahead without me. Don't wait for me. Just go ahead. To start. The project went ahead as planned. We can go ahead with it tomorrow if you like. Do you want to go ahead with it then? Are we agreed? To go along, to agree or cooperate. He decided to go along with the proposal. I went along with him, but I must admit I wasn't very sure. Anything for a quiet life. To continue. As the story goes along, it gets more interesting. For the first 20 minutes, I didn't much like the film, but then as it went along, I actually became quite absorbed by it. It was good. To go away. To leave a place. He told them to go away. I wish those flies would go away. They're a nuisance. The second meaning, to disappear. The pain should go away soon. Yeah, it went away without my doing anything. I don't know what it was. Just went away. Go down, to decrease. Prices have gone down. They say that the cost of living is going down, but I can't see it. Things still seem very expensive to me. To happen. What went down at the meeting? His joke went down very well. Or his joke fell flat as a pancake. In other words, it didn't go down very well. Go in, to enter. I looked in the shop window, but I didn't go in. I looked in to see if he was there, but I couldn't see him. To fit inside something. All those clothes won't go in the suitcase. To go into. To go to a place where you work or hospital for treatment. I don't feel well, so I'm not going into the office today. Poor Sally. She's had to go into hospital. She's likely to be in there for 2 weeks. To describe, discuss, or examine something in a detailed way. It's complicated. I don't want to go into it now. The trouble is with Larry, he always goes into everything in so much detail. It really isn't necessary. To go in for. To like a particular thing or activity. I don't really go in for party games. I don't really go in for golf. I find it a bit boring. To choose a particular type of work or enter a competition. Have you ever thought about going in for teaching? I went in for teaching quite late in life. I wish I'd done it sooner. I wish I'd gone in for it sooner. To go on, to continue something. She went on working. Go on with what you're doing. Don't mind me. Don't take any notice of me. Just go on with it. To talk effusively. Effusively means excitedly. She went on and on about her holiday. I like Jim, but he doesn't half go on a bit. Talks so much you can never stop him. Go on with, to continue doing something. He went on with his lesson preparation. No, don't stop there. No, go on with it. Go on with the story. To go out, to leave home for an activity. They're going out for dinner. I used to go out a lot when I was younger. Yeah, I went out quite a bit. I don't so much these days. I prefer to stay at home and watch television. To stop functioning. The lights went out during the thunderstorm. There was a gust of wind and the candles went out. It was scary in the dark. So it's not always with electricity. To go over, to talk about something. Let's go over it again to make sure you fully understand. I went over it several times with him. I'm still not sure that he gets it. We'll have to see. To visit someone, usually someone who lives near you. I think I'll go over to see Uncle Sam this evening. You know, it's a long time since I went over to see my sister. I really must go over there again soon. Go out. To leave home for an activity. They're going out for dinner. I went out quite a lot when I was younger. I don't so much these days. I prefer to stay at home. To stop functioning. The lights went out during the thunderstorm. Go through with. To complete or carry out a task. I have a lot of emails to go through by the end of the day. I have to go through this again. I think I've made too many mistakes. to go through with, to proceed or continue with. He said he needed to continue to go through the student's essay. I need to go through with it, but I don't like it. Go under, to sink. The ship went under in the storm. I think I'm going under with all this pressure, with all the paperwork. Go under, to go bankrupt. The company went under last year. You can also go under due to pressure. I'm completely worked off my feet. I'm going under with it. Go up, to increase. The prices have gone up. It seems the cost of living is going up again. There's no end to it. The rise. The temperature's going up. The sea level's rising. They say that's due to climate change. We should do something about it. But what? Okay, let's move on to the quiz. You have 30 seconds for each question. Choose the correct answer. Best of luck to you. I was going to resign, but at the last minute I couldn't. It. On with, through with, across with, or about with. There's no way I could go. His proposal. It didn't make sense. Along with, through with, up with, or about with. When I told my wife that I didn't want to go on holiday, it didn't go, well, across, through, down, or away. Don't let me interrupt you. Just go what you were doing. Through with, away with, on with, or about with. He went every single reason why it wouldn't work. About, along, across, or into. Fred seemed a bit down when I last spoke to him, so I think I'll go and see him. Over, in, across, or through. If you're scared about walking there in the dark, I'll go with you through, on, along, or out. I've been trying to find a copy of the book for ages, but it seems to have gone print, down with, out of, through with, or off of. I'm overwhelmed at work. Every day I feel I'm going the masses of paperwork. Over with, in for, through with, or under with. I'm absolutely fed up with my flatmate. I just can't go her untidiness. On with, about with, through with, or off with. So how do you think you did? Well, let's have a look at the answers. I was going to resign, but at the last minute I couldn't go through with it. To go through with it, in this case, is to complete it. To not go through with it is probably because of a change of heart. He didn't want to go through with it, or was unable to. There's no way I could go along with his proposal. It didn't make sense. To go along with, to agree with. I say to agree with. Often that is the case. You go along with someone because you agree with them. Sometimes it's out of convenience. It's the easiest thing to do. When I told my wife that I didn't want to go on holiday, it didn't go down well. To go down often is meant negatively, but there are times when it can be positive. A joke can go down badly, or it could go down well. It could come across well. Don't let me interrupt you. Just go on with what you were doing. In other words, just carry on with what you were doing. Basically, it means to continue with what you were doing. It's used a lot. He went into every single reason why it wouldn't work. To go into detail. To examine something very thoroughly. Often positive, sometimes negative. Fred seemed a bit down when I last spoke to him, so I think I'll go over and see him. To go over implies that he lives quite near. It could be across if he lived across the street, but more often than not it would be over. If you're scared about walking there in the dark, I'll go along with you. To go along with is to keep company in this case. I'll go with you. I'll go by your side. I'll go along with you. I've been trying to find a copy of the book for ages, but it seems to have gone out of print. Out of print means that it's no longer available. It's probably rare. They're not printing it anymore. I'm overwhelmed at work. Every day I feel I'm going under with the masses of paperwork. So going under because of the pressure. And in fact, we talk about going under because of stress, because of pressure. To go under. I'm absolutely fed up with my flatmate. I just can't go on with her untidiness. To go on with. Again, to continue with, to continue coping with in this case. She can't go on with her untidiness. I do hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Now, phrasal verbs are a nightmare, aren't they? They're certainly not easy. I'll be making a course about the most common phrasal verbs shortly. So do make sure that you subscribe, and then I'll notify you when it's ready. In the meantime, I'll say goodbye and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. If you'd like to practice phrasal verbs along with other lexical chunks, such as fixed expressions, collocations, idioms, then why not consider joining our Chatterbox Zoom workshops? You'd chat not only with me, but with other native speakers as well, from all around the world. I very much recommend it. Hope to see you there. Again, bye for now.